Hey everybody, welcome to another episode. I'm Rob.
I'm Andi.
Okay, can you just hold up?
That was good.
1 second.
I was real fast.
Pump the brakes, my
He's
lady.
I'm
Redding it or something? Is
Adam.
that, can you make Reddit a verb?
Oh my
Redditing.
You know how
you're
you say
Redditing.
like Instagramming or Facebooking?
No, Redditing.
Would you say
That's the
Redditing?
thing. You're Redditing. You're a Redditor.
Yeah,
Yes, that is the
Redditing.
thing.
You're a Redditor?
Before we get into this,
Okay,
can we
noob.
just...
Okay. He was Redditing, so I jumped. Okay, go. You're Rob.
I'm Rob.
I'm Adam.
I'm Andi.
And this is...
Everybody in the conference room.
Oh my
Wow. Okay,
It's
so
like
we
we've
did it.
forgotten how to do this. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Bienvenidos. Everybody in the conference room.
What is that?
It means welcome in
Buenos
Espanol.
noches.
Oh.
Yeah, buenos nachos.
Okay.
Hey, as always, welcome to the show. Make sure that wherever you get your podcast, you subscribe. If you leave us a review on iTunes, and it's a 5-star, we will read it live on the air. 2 weeks running, nothing to read.
Wow, friends.
Are you
Come
scared?
on.
Do you feel sad right now?
What did
is?
Adam do?
That's what I'm wondering as well.
Man.
Fine.
Was it Adam's fault?
No, it's not me. It's Andi.
What?
Dang
I
it!
wouldn't believe that for a second.
You know,
me?
here's the deal. We're going to trust that if people aren't leaving us a 5-star review, it's because they don't have the time, and instead they're telling a friend. So make sure
Okay.
you are
Aw.
telling a friend about the show.
Man, you guys are awesome.
Incredibly helpful. Please do that. And you can check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/anofficepod. $3 a month gets you access to the after party at Poor Richard's. And tonight we hosted our very first conference call with corporate. This is a 30-minute live chat with our $5 and higher patrons.
Ooh.
And I want to just throw it out there. Nobody showed up.
Wow.
Oh, I thought we were gonna say that everyone showed up and it was a party and you
Yeah,
just
the
do it.
biggest
I thought the
party.
plan- I thought the plan was to
Yeah,
lie.
I thought that was
The only person who didn't show up was you, listener, and you missed the greatest party of all time.
Man,
Way to be a
FOMO.
Toby.
That's right. Way to be a Tobes.
I was called a Toby.
And so, this starts the conversation. We're actually thinking to ourselves, okay, is a live stream a little hard for people to make? Does that get a little bit harder? And so one of the things we're thinking about is taking the $5 tier and changing it to access to an exclusive group on something like Marco Polo, which is a messaging app or something like that gives you access basically to video message, kind of talk with us at any time on demand. So we're kind of toying with that.
Yeah. So
Then you can see us in our natural habitat.
Yeah,
who wants to talk with us?
That's right. It's on your time, not on ours.
You should see Adam's natural habitat.
Oh, it's sexy.
It
Actually, you should
is
see my
a thing.
you should see my Marco Polo profile picture.
Oh, yeah.
worth,
You should
that's
do
worth
that.
You
$5
should join
right
just
there.
for that.
So $3 a month gets you access to
I
the
actually
after.
started a chat with him just because I wanted to see how ugly this photo
You
was.
just want to put that
I heard
photo
rumors.
on blast. So $3 a month gets you access to the after party at Poor Richard's, exclusive audio. There's a library now. Like we've done enough that you can say there's a library.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Wow.
There's hours.
Like a library where you
It's
get
a
books.
lot of words. A lot of words
Yes.
from us.
Of exclusive audio, us talking about all kinds of cool different
The
topics.
truth is, we say way too much.
That's right.
Like, there is a lot
That
on there.
is very true.
Mom, never sign up. You are not
Nobody who knows
invited.
us.
That's right.
Mom, sisters, anybody in my
embarrassing.
life
It's going to be embarrassing.
that knows me, don't sign up.
There's videos. There's the video of Adam Jones doing a cartwheel
Yeah.
on the roof of our
Oh,
building.
yeah.
There's videos of us at Chili's.
Yeah, there's videos of
yeah.
us.
Oh, a
yeah.
song.
There's there's Andi pulling a birthday heist. There's all that cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. I
And
forgot
then-
about that one.
Yeah.
Thinking for $5 a month, you get access to the Marco Polo plus all of that. So just think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it. It's over there. Check it out. Patreon.com/anofficepod. Good stuff coming your way that way. And speaking of Patreon, I want to say thanks to our sponsor for this episode, our $20 patron, the assistant to the regional manager. We're talking about Mr. Brian Keva Zeva Beva Zemanama Savazo.
I think it's Cavazos.
Yeah, I think you're right. We are clapping for you, Brian. You're the man. All right. So you guys ready to jump in tonight? We're going to break down the episode. We're going to take a look at the Jim's Prank leaderboard. We are also going to head over to that good Dunder Mifflin subreddit. Take a look at some quality content coming from Mr. Adaminsky. If you didn't know, Adam is short for Adaminsky Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
it's
always Adam
Dutch.
Maroney.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, you thought it was short for Adam Rooney?
Yeah.
Adam Rooney?
Adam Maroney.
Adam Maroney.
Adam Maroney. Adam Maroney.
Adam
Adam.
Maroney.
Oh my gosh. I'm assuming that the content that you're bringing
Jones.
is better than the jokes we're making right now.
Yes. Yes, it
Excellent.
is.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, let's jump right in, friends. Tonight, Pam wants to be cool. Dwight gets a new name. Ryan has lost his mind. And Stanley's going to help him find it.
Oh.
This is Take Your Daughter to Work Day, Season 2, Episode 18 of The Office. So the episode opens, and Pam is sharing with us that she's really looking forward to Take Your Daughter to Work Day. Mm-hmm. She says that she is not great with kids, but she wants to get better. She's getting married. She wants to have kids of her own someday. She wants to get better, so she has put out extra candy today to get the kids to talk to her. So it's always a great way to get kids to talk to you. Just offer them candy.
Yeah.
Adam Jones?
There's some people that use that strategy that maybe shouldn't.
So Michael comes in and just starts making jokes, and Pam lets him know, hey, you cannot be nasty today because it's bring your daughters in. She points at the sign, and he is just not having it. Mm-hmm. And he's not a big fan of this day because he's saying, hey, The Office is like HBO. There's no limits.
Michael does not like rules.
That's
He
right.
does not like people telling him what to do.
Exactly. No limits.
Sure.
It's not rated G, rated R.
Yeah.
Yep.
He says it's like Eddie Murphy. I'm Eddie Murphy in Raw. His comedy.
You must know that. Do you know that reference?
Yeah, so Eddie Murphy Raw was like his 80s comedy special that was
Gotcha.
iconic.
Okay.
He's like, that's who I am.
So basically all the comedians on Netflix now.
Indeed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Indeed. Exactly. They want me to be Eddie Murphy from Daddy Daycare. Did you ever see Daddy Daycare?
Yeah, I remember that. I feel like that's like in a whole category of movies that's like weird offshoots with actors that people know, like Paul Blart, Mall Cop, like that.
Oh yeah, that movie was actually really funny.
You know, the one that's weird to me is, okay, so there's all these have you seen Are We There Yet? Are We Done Yet?
I think
No.
I've seen.
It's like this series of movies with Ice Cube.
Yes. Yes.
The rapper?
Yeah.
It's really random. That's what
I've
I'm
never
saying.
seen him
that's
before.
That's the category of films I'm talking about.
But it's like Ice Cube doing these really friendly family movies, I
That's
guess.
funny.
Yeah, it's weird.
Good old Ice Cube. Ice Cube and Ice T. They should get together. That would be my jam. Anyways, so then Michael is sort of wanting to retreat into his office, and Pam is saying, hey, you should really say something. You should address the kids.
Because they're all waiting to hear from the boss. That's what they came for.
She's sort of almost twisting his arm, basically. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
wanting to do this, but he says, fine. And he just addresses them basically as I'm the boss. I kind of run things. It's like I'm Superman. How do I say this in a way that you'll understand? It's like I'm Superman, and they're all the citizens of Gotham City.
Even me, Michael.
And of course, Dwight the nerd corrects him.
The nerd.
What about Aquaman? Where does he live? And then he just retreats into his office. I work with a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, which he does. Just Dwight. Dwight is just a nerd.
Indeed.
That's it.
Indeed. So then we cut into the break room, and Dwight is eating his lunch. Or sorry, the kitchen. Dwight is eating his lunch, or eating, I don't know if it's like a meatball or something.
Yeah, I think it is.
Some
Yeah.
kind of weird
Just like
circular
a meatball
food.
on a fork or something?
Yeah.
That's us.
He's just reading something on the fridge and eating, I think.
Okay.
But then Toby walks in with his daughter.
Who's adorable. What?
Yeah, which I think her name is Sasha, we find out later. But Toby walks in with his daughter. And I love that Dwight's way of addressing her is, hello, tiny one.
Yeah.
And then as she's leaving, he yells, you are the future.
Yeah.
And I love that Toby's shooing her on, come on, walk
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That's
He's shooing
how
her
I
like
would
a
be too.
stranger
if
danger?
Yeah.
If I had my girls and I was walking past a Dwight, I would be just look straight, just look away.
Just go
walk
away.
past
Go away.
Just nod and smile, and let's keep moving, please. Oh, my gosh.
That's exactly it.
So then Kevin is at his desk. He's showing off his office area to his daughter that he brought. And I love that he's just this is my file cabinet. This is my partition between me and Angela.
I mean, truly, what else do you show? These are my friends. Well,
How
maybe
productive
not.
is it to have a bring a daughter to work day?
I know.
Not.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then all day? Can't it just be bring a daughter to lunch?
Yeah, there.
Well, what's interesting is he's got a whole jar of M&Ms right there.
That's great right there.
He could be the coolest stepdad ever and just be like, why don't you eat all this candy?
He's not going to share that.
Be good. But yeah, he kind of sort of tells us that like this is his fiance's daughter. He just hopes that she doesn't look on his computer, and then he panics.
She might be on this
I
computer.
have to go check. Do we need to talk about what we think is on Kevin's computer?
Oh, everybody, I think everybody knows.
Is it rated R with no limits?
Sure.
Is that
Yes.
probably
Exactly
is-
it.
exactly what
Why
Michael was
on
talking
his,
about?
on his work computer? I don't know.
Who knows?
It's
Poor
just-
Angela.
It's dangerous.
I guess he's kind of got a corner spot. Nobody could actually look behind him.
Sure,
So,
he can do whatever he wants.
really good.
Moving right along.
Oh my gosh. So then we get to see that Stanley brought his daughter, and now Michael has already. We've already seen the episode where Michael sees the picture of Stanley's daughter, and he's like, he has that picture hanging up. It works for him. I know I like to look at it. It gets
Yeah.
my motor running.
That's sexual harassment episode, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. She goes to
Catholic
Girls'
girls'
School. Okay. Is this the
I'm
same
taking
daughter?
it down right now. I think it is.
Okay, so Michael, I guess, is oblivious, but hey, it's your daughter. Hey, keep her away from the frat boys because she is a stone cold fox.
My God.
Is what he
Wow.
says.
What would happen if your boss said
Fire.
that about your
Well, my boss.
You would
is
fire your boss.
fire?
somebody that I have a crush on.
Oh, I get it. I get
So-
it.
Hypothetically, though, your boss is Michael Scott, and he says that about your daughter.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? No, I would respond as Stanley responded.
Would you say,
further
"This is my
along
daughter.
in
She
the-
goes to Catholic
Catholic
Girls'
Girls'
School.
School.
I'm taking her home right now."
I'd be like, "Boy, have you lost your
Come
mind?
on.
I'll help you find it."
Oh, we'll get there. We will get there. But then
Rob, I think you know how I would respond. What do you think would happen if a guy tried to hit on my daughter in front of me?
Yeah.
You tell me
I just want our listeners to know Andy's very mama bear.
yeah,
Like,
about my people.
yes.
I think you would say something. You would remind them that you're from Fresno,
Oh,
which I think
yeah.
will scare them.
I think I have
You could-
said
you would,
before.
like-
B, I'm from Fresno.
Yeah.
You would like do that like roll up the sleeves thing and
Yeah.
like all 4'10" of
She
you
would like pull out a bandana and put it around her forehead and tighten it, and you'd be like, "What?
And I'm
Where did you
like
get that?"
yay high, so I'd come up to your knees like shouting.
She'd come at you like a tornado, teeth and
I will
fingernails."
say this: when we did our special where we went to that trivia bar crawl at the office, we were in a lot of different bars and like I don't know if you'd call the last one like a nightclub or whatever. I would.
No,
I
it
would-
was definitely like a nightclub.
It was
Okay,
a
it was-
nightclub,
I was
okay.
so
for sure.
uncomfortable.
it was very but I wanted to see Andy get into a fight.
Oh
no.
my god!
But here's the
I
thing:
really
I
did.
wouldn't. I'm not as feisty. Oh, you know, I'm not as feisty as I sound, unless you touch one of mine
Okay.
people.
So what would
Then I-
happen if somebody would have like hit Rob in the face?
Oh, Rob in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd fight. Probably.
She would
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'd fight.
pay somebody to do
Hit
that one
you,
day.
I'd
Wait,
be
whoa,
like,
wait,
wow.
you just-
Wow.
What do
I-
I will say something.
I cannot stress enough that Adam Jones just sent out into the ether that he is going to pay someone to punch me in the face.
I want to see
You heard it
Andy
here
like
first, folks.
get scrappy. I could see it.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I'd probably fight. I think Rob
awesome.
knows
Yeah.
that I would fight.
She's a fighter. She's a fighter. So yeah, she's Stone Cold Fox. Stanley reminds Michael that she is in middle school, which is incredibly
Wow.
awkward.
Yeah, that is awkward.
And Michael just doesn't get. He's like, why? You know, we go to an interview where he's like, you know, he didn't have kids, but he just doesn't understand like why be a dad when you can be a fun uncle. And he says nobody ever rebelled against their fun uncle.
Yeah, there's probably reason for that.
He wants to be the funkle.
A funkle.
The funkle.
What else would he be? Yeah, he would be. That's the role he would play in any family dynamic.
He would be the funkle.
He'd be the awkward uncle.
Uncle Awesome.
Sure.
There you go.
Mm.
So then Meredith and Michael are at her desk and they're talking about supplies or something. There's like spiral bound or I don't know what they're saying. But Meredith's child is just hurling stuff at Michael.
It's just as you would imagine Meredith's child.
Indeed. And we find out that Meredith is like kind of stoked that this week fell when it did because it totally lines up and works out because this is the week that he got suspended.
Remember that. It's bring your daughters to work day.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she brought her son.
Okay, you know what? Full disclosure, I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah.
To me, it was just like, oh yeah, she just brought
That's
her kid.
why she
you
was
know,
like,
for-
I got permission. 'Cause she had to like
okay.
ask corporate, "Hey, is it cool if my son comes to bring your daughter to work day?"
So she doesn't have to pay for
Yeah.
childcare. He got
Yeah.
suspended. I get to bring him to work. Man, it works out. It's awesome.
Works out.
Gosh, for working parents, that is hard if your kid's a troublemaker. I don't know what I would do.
You better not have troublemaker kids.
We might. We've got feisty ones.
It's true. It's true. They're sassy. Every morning they put on their sassy pants.
Mm.
So then we cut into the conference room. Oh, baby. And the party planning committee. Is it the party planning committee? It's
Yeah, I
Angela,
think
Kelly,
so.
and Ryan. Is that like
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
part of it anyway? They are getting the conference room set up for some sort of party, some sort of maybe welcome wagon for the kids. I don't know. But then Toby and his daughter walk in, and she wants to help.
Sweet.
She's like,
Sweet.
"You need any
It's cute.
help?" Does Toby have the cutest?
She is
She
cute.
The best-
really is adorable.
She's cute.
Oh, geez, Tobes. Man. She wants to help, asks if they need any help. Angela says no.
Bummer.
We'd have to explain everything to you.
You put a tablecloth on like this. No,
Oh
like
my
this.
gosh.
No, like this.
And then, Kelly is just completely smitten by this girl, basically saying that she definitely wants kids. Doesn't Angela want kids? And I love that Angela's response is, I wouldn't mind a couple of well-behaved boys.
Yeah. Yep. Mhm.
Token Angela.
Yeah.
And then so Ryan...
She wants the little Dwights.
Exactly.
That's what she wants.
Yes. And so then Ryan and Kelly, Ryan is talking. He's basically saying like, hey, like when I talked with Kelly, we were going to have fun. Like we're just talking about having fun. And he's realizing that for Kelly, in quotes, having fun means getting married immediately and having babies right now with him.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate.
Okay, in her defense, weddings are fun.
Is
The
having
process of making babies is fun.
okay, yeah.
Whoa. This
Okay.
just turned into an HBO podcast right now.
Oh,
No limits.
I'm
No
Adam
just-
Jones.
That's
I'm
right.
just following
No
Michael
limits.
Scott's lead.
Oh my
Is
God.
having kids fun?
Sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
They'll make
Okay.
you
I feel
laugh.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
They make you laugh. They make you cry. They make you yell.
It's not fun.
Mm.
How
All
about
the
that?
time. Tired.
All the emotions.
Like
everything.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
describe it as a party, but you also wouldn't say it's not fun.
Yeah.
Like it's fun.
It's good. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, you're not selling me on it. I'm
It's,
not gonna have
it's a
kids.
thing.
Oh my
It's an adventure. How about that?
There you
It
go.
is an adventure.
It's like a trip to Mordor.
Mm.
There's twists and turns. There's friends
Mm.
and foes.
And there's like
There's
Poop
good
everywhere.
food
Yeah.
and poop.
Second breakfast.
Second breakfast all the time.
yeah, all the time.
And eventually you throw something into a volcano. Okay, anyways.
Oh wow. that metaphor went really far.
Dang it. So then we cut over to Michael, and he's on the phone, and he's having like a legit conversation with somebody. Like they're talking strategy and like, hey, you're gonna have to figure out some way to supplement, blah blah blah. But as he's having this conversation, Toby's daughter walks in and is sort of checking out stuff on his desk and sort of like looking at him, and he's looking at her. Is this a look of like, is he unsettled by her? Is this like a foreshadow of like him looking at her and basically being like, huh, like this is a kid I could talk to, or like, I don't know, like
Yeah, I think it just opens up. He wants something.
maybe that's something he wants in his life.
She is a cutie. She could woo anybody to the side
Yeah.
of children. She's cute.
There you go.
Good job, Toby.
We will talk a little bit more about that as the episode goes on, but it's
Cute little
interesting.
girls. Okay.
Oops.
Stick around.
Stick
It's gonna be
around.
really good.
If you're a little kid lover. Anyways. Oh gosh. Chris Hansen's knocking on the door right now. So then we cut back into the bullpen, and Pam is offering, so she's interacting with Abby, with Kevin's stepdaughter, and offering, hey, you want to come like shred some documents with me? Abby is not having it. She's not a fan of Pam. And Pam is just saying, like, look, my one goal for today, the one thing I need to accomplish, I want one kid to like me. Like, I just want to make a connection. So then Jim is asking her, hey, what book are you reading? And she tells him. And he's read the book too. Like, oh, what was your favorite part? Blah, blah. Like, there's instantly just cool guy Jim. Basically.
Yeah, cool guy Jim.
Totally making the connection. And then he says, hey, do you want to come help me with some of my sales? And she's like, yes. She's totally down for
I
it.
love his response. Great. Let's start with your mom.
Yeah, I caught that too,
That is
and I thought
awesome.
that's just great, cool
That's
guy
so
Jim
smart.
style there. It's really good.
And he kind of shows Pam how it's done. He kind of shows Pam the way to do it. Now, the bigger question, though, I think, is posed by Jim in this moment, and that question is: if you have to spend one night in the Met, which I'm assuming he's meaning the New York Metropolitan Museum,
Must be, yeah.
or an aquarium, where are you going to spend the night?
Yeah, it's in reference to that book, apparently.
Everybody, they both said aquarium. What say you, Andy?
I say aquarium.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
The aquarium?
It'd be creepier.
In
Because those
the
things are
museum?
alive. No, in the aquarium.
It would be creepier for you to stay in an aquarium rather than a museum with like weird
Well,
statues
aquariums are
and
like
junk.
darker and like it's like you're in the ocean with things that are alive. I mean, it's
Minus
chose it.
the water and
Mine is the water.
Adam
so.
Jones, you.
Which is creepier?
Where would you stay if you had to stay
Oh.
one night in an aquarium or a museum?
I think I would do the aquarium.
Yeah.
Because maybe it would look really cool at night.
Okay.
If you think about it, though, light, like sunlight, actually doesn't affect an aquarium very much. Like it has its own lighting or like dark rooms.
Yeah.
There you go. Sound
So
logic.
I would imagine day or night is the same experience.
Oh,
Beautiful.
okay.
Definitely.
Do you still
staying.
stick to that?
Way to ruin it for me.
There
No,
you go.
I'm just helping you make a more thorough decision. If you're basing it off of the time of day,
Yeah.
I wonder if you want to think through that again.
Thanks, Andy.
Oh my
For
gosh.
looking out for me.
Giving you some great options there.
I just want you to make the right choice. The right choice for you, Adam.
Sounds like you made the wrong choice. I'm going to help him out.
Maybe the right choice for the wrong reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think definitely the right answer.
We're both saying aquarium, though, is what I'm gathering.
I think that definitely the right answer is aquarium.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
still saying aquarium.
A museum? No way.
Yeah,
That's
like,
where
what do
things
you
come to
do?
life. Night at
Yeah,
the museum.
exactly.
Hello, Robin
Like,
Williams.
do I look
Wait,
like Ben
was
Stiller?
that wrong? No, am I thinking that wrong?
Yeah, Robin
Yeah,
Williams was he was Custer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or was he Teddy? No, he's Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt, yeah.
Yeah.
That's before he died.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, well, wait.
R.I.P.
Moment of
down.
silence.
R.I.P. Robin Williams.
Bob
Yeah.
can't do it.
R.I.P.
I can do a moment of silence.
Like a moment of silence.
Here we go.
Okay, yeah, that's
Nice,
really
that was
awkward.
good.
Really
That's good.
awkward.
That's
I
good.
like it.
It works really well in an audio medium.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so then Toby's daughter again comes into Michael's office.
Just the girl
And
gets around.
indeed, she's making the rounds.
And she's the youngest. Like, Toby's like, go do what you want.
Just go do something. Yeah, let me mope in the annex. So she comes in again, and Michael has all kinds of toys in his office, like all kinds of crazy stuff for some reason.
What do you mean for some reason? That makes the most sense.
That's when he likes to take a break
Yeah, he
during the
needs to take
day.
a mental break.
What else does he do? I don't know.
Yeah. And specifically, she's playing with a bunch of toys. She finds a train. Michael's like, yeah, you can totally play with that. And then she kind of comes over to the desk and, let's make some room. And so they're kind of making a connection. And Michael's kind of like, okay, this isn't so bad. And, like earlier he was a little bit disappointed of like, I'm going to have to censor myself. And he's like, wait, this isn't so bad. And then the train whistle and this really cute moment where he's blowing the train whistle and then he hands it over to her and she's doing it. And he's like, next up, Cucamonga.
Yeah. It's a really endearing moment
Yeah.
for Michael.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just it's a great, you're seeing Michael Scott, you're seeing potential Michael Scott as like a dad of a,
Yeah.
young
totally.
kid or a toddler. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
he's got that kid, that kid mentality sometimes. So it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So then we cut back into the bullpen. So Kevin's daughter, Abby, is shaking Jim's hand. And he's just like, oh man, like, oh, you're hurting my hand. You're so strong.
Yeah.
To which Dwight, his response is basically like, there's no way that hurts. Like, there's no way. And Jim's kind of like, no, she's super strong. To which then Dwight says, little
Come
girl,
shake my hand.
come over here and shake my hand.
Yeah.
I don't have all day, he tells her. And then as she's shaking his hand, he just looks at Jim and basically says, you're so weak.
Imagine having to act that out.
Judgment.
That's funny.
Lots of judgment.
So then Meredith's son is making the rounds, harassing people. He comes to Dwight, and he's messing with his collectible bobblehead figurines. You don't mess with a man's bobblehead. But then, as Dwight sort of tries to correct him and says, no, you may call me Mr. Shroot, Meredith's son decides to give him a special new name, Mr. Poop.
Mr. Poop.
Mr. Poop.
So Dwight is now officially
How old do you think this kid is?
Mr. Poop.
He's like 13, maybe.
Yeah, he's maybe like junior high, so
Yeah.
like 8th grade.
That's what I'm imagining.
That's
He's got that
funny.
8th grade, yeah. That's what I
that
would say.
7th or 8th grade mentality for sure. So then Sasha, which is Toby's daughter, this is one of my favorite moments,
Yes.
comes over to interact with Phyllis. And then her big question is, are you Mother Goose?
So cute,
I
though.
was shy about it too. Like, did I just stumble across like the storybook treasure? Is that you?
It's kind of surprising that Phyllis is almost like kind of, I don't know, like embarrassed a little bit. Like I would imagine Phyllis would have been all about this.
Well, isn't Mother Goose like an old lady that wears bonnets?
Yeah, you would have to give us insight into that.
Isn't
think
Phyllis an old lady that is on her way to
Phyllis
wearing
is Michael
bonnets?
Scott's age. Do you remember that?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's
Yes, she's not an old lady. She
Dang
just
it,
looks
Phyllis.
like it.
Just the way she...
You know what? I
Yeah.
apologize. I can't say anything until
Wait a
I've...
minute. Mother Goose is an actual goose.
Okay, wait. Did you just Google Mother Goose? Oh my gosh.
I mean,
I did.
She's an anthropomorphic goose.
yeah.
Oh, she's dying.
But she's done. This always has 7 months.
You know what, Phyllis? Forgive me. I shouldn't judge Phyllis until I've tried on her pants. So I apologize.
Yeah, until you've
Phyllis.
taken a day in her pants
Yeah, that's right.
or Oscar's shoes.
That's right.
Oh, wow, Andy's losing it.
How did you not know?
To our listeners, this is really funny. Just to give you context.
Yeah, you should be laughing right now about
Yeah.
the fact that Mother Goose is a legit goose who wears spectacles and a bonnet and tells you nursery rhymes.
And
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, it's that good noiseless, like soundless laugh.
She's trying to hide away
If you're
from
gonna
the
like
mic right
laugh
now.
into the microphone so people can hear the joy,
Yeah, give
the
us
jubilee.
Oh, she's starting to cry now.
I really did cry. I think I legit imagined a Phyllis with the bonnet. But it's
Instead, it's a goose. Oh my gosh.
I was like defending the like, oh, it could be, but no, she is an actual goose. How
Sasha,
does-
yeah, Sasha's dumb. That's what we're finding out. No, I'm just kidding. Either that or she thinks that Phyllis looks like a goose. I don't know.
No, I kind
I'd
of,
be
in a weird
weirded
way,
out by
I
that
can't, I
too.
can't describe it, but I get it. That's how.
Like you get why Sasha thought she looked like Mother Goose.
Yes, but I can't
I think
describe
But you
why.
can't
and
articulate it.
I can't
agreed.
articulate it. Yes.
I think you and I were like, I see it. We agreed, and then I legit didn't know it was an actual
Could
goose.
Phyllis legit show up to Comic-Con cosplaying Mother Goose and people be
Yes.
like, I want to take my photo with you?
Yes. I think that could happen.
I could see it. I could see it for sure. That's great.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Das gut.
Andy's back.
That was good.
She's good. She's back. She's recovered. We're all good now.
Thanks,
So then-
Sasha. I'm so glad you made that comment. Made my night.
Beautiful. So then Stanley's daughter, is her name Melissa?
I don't remember.
I think it might have been Melissa. We're just going to call her Stanley's daughter. Stanley's daughter is in the kitchen talking with Ryan, and they're talking about like this coffee place and stuff like that. And she's sort of like inadvertently flirting with Ryan,
I mean,
this
I
middle
know.
schooler.
Stanley's in trouble. Can you imagine? She's in junior high flirting with a man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be trouble. So then she is like, I can't believe you never heard of this place. Here, give me your number
Yeah.
to
No.
Ryan. Now, good on Ryan. He is very hesitant to do this,
Yeah.
but we see that Kelly is like in the annex looking through the window,
Like jealous.
and she's got this look of jealousy. And so she decides to tell Stanley, hey, they've kind of like had a little bit of a connection. Like they've been kind of hanging out all day. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we have a clip here because when Stanley hears this and kind of looks over and sees Ryan and her talking, he decides that he's just going to go and sort of ask Ryan, hey, what's going on? And so let's check out this clip.
I mean, I've been noticing them all day. I was thinking maybe...
That little girl is a child. I don't want to see you sniffing around her anymore this afternoon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Boy, have you lost your mind, because I'll help you find it. What you're looking for, ain't nobody going to help you out there. Jesus can come through that door, and he's not going to help you if you don't stop sniffing after my child.
Okay. Stanley yelled at me today.
Yep.
That was one of the most frightening experiences of my life.
Poor Ryan.
Oh, that was a good clip.
Can you imagine anything scarier than Stanley Hudson
No.
cornering
way.
you in the break room? There's nowhere to go. Soda machine
Hey,
to your
Jesus
left.
himself cannot save Ryan.
Jesus is at the
Family.
door looking at you going, hey, dude, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do
I'm
about
out.
that.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
He's got
Yeah.
he's got a point.
He does a great job. BJ Novak does a great job of looking terrified.
Very scared.
Yes, he's terrified.
So then we cut back into the conference room, and the party planning committee has
You always say committee.
committee.
The committee.
I wonder why.
The
That's funny.
committee. The party planning committee. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Rob is having a stroke
I
right here
am
during the show.
Live on the air, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dying.
You heard it here first, folks.
Can I just say the PPC?
the PPC. Planning Party Committee.
Yeah, you know me. So the PPC.
I was on the
practiced
outside of
that.
that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, PPC. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my. Never mind. You butchered it, Adam Jones. What have you done?
Oh boy.
Do you not know that song?
Ice Cube is turning in his
I don't.
grave.
Like, I legit don't think that he
So,
knows that that's a song that we were
First
doing.
question is when was the song released?
He doesn't know that
O-
that was.
OPP?
Did
Is
you
that
think
what's the
that
name?
we just made that up right now?
No,
Okay, hang on.
no.
Let me
I assumed
Google
it was a song. I was actually listening to a song by Ice Cube on the way over here on a radio station.
Okay, here we go. So then it's not Ice Cube.
Oh, okay.
So the song was called OPP by Naughty by Nature.
Oh, okay.
Released. The song was released in 1991.
Okay, so
Is
I
that the
was
year you were
genre
born?
East Coast hip hop.
okay. I was born in
Yeah.
'92, so
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you don't know
I just
me?
brushed my shoulder.
I don't know what that means.
That's a reference I know.
Okay.
Do you know that
We're
song?
brushing our shoulders.
Do you know that song?
So let me.
Go and
You know
brush
what? Can we
shoulders
just take a little side trail and read some of the lyrics
Sure.
of down?
Can you just
of
include
This
OPP?
is education.
PPC into?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, harm me with harmony. Dave, drop a load on him. PPC. How can I explain it? I'll take you frame by frame it. To have y'all jumpin', shall we sing it? O is for other. P is for people. Scratch and temple. The last P, well, that's not that simple. It's sort of like another way to call a cat a kitten.
No.
What does he
No.
mean by that?
It's 5 little letters that are missing here. You get on occasion at other party as a game, and it seems I gotta start to explaining. Bust it.
Wait, no. We're gonna have to change
Wow.
our rating if you keep talking.
You ever had a girl and met her on a nice hello? You
This
get
is
her name
great.
and number, and then you're feeling really mellow.
This is unhinged.
You get home, wait a day, she's what you want to know about. Then you call up and it's her girlfriend or her cousin's house.
What?
And then it keeps going about
I don't know this world.
just
very
to
well.
let you know, it talks about like hitting something. I don't know what that means.
Maybe like, oh, okay.
Like hitting,
Like hitting drugs.
maybe hitting the drugs.
Andy's hood is showing right now.
Like hitting the drugs.
But anyways,
Or like hitting the wall.
Yeah.
Hitting the bed. I understand that. By 9.
now if you go to Google
In
and
my
say,
jammies.
if you go to Google and ask them, what does down? Okay, this is legitimately a Google question.
Yeah.
What does down with OPP mean?
It was me. That's the history. That it was me.
So this is what it says. If you're in quotes down with OPP,
Okay.
it means you are willing to cheat on your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Dang.
The lyrics explain that, in quotes, OPP stands for different things depending on your gender. The first 2 words are other people's, but for guys, the last P is, in quotes, a 5-letter word rhyming with cleanest and meanest. Oh my. And Andy is trying to process what. Are you kidding me?
She's like, wait a second. Hold on.
I'm hoping that one of you guys just turn and whisper to my ears.
No, don't do that. The mics will pick it up.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should move on.
That was a rabbit trail.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, that's funny.
So Andy is legitimately trying to mime to Adam. What did that mean? Are you kidding me?
It's okay. He's gonna type it in for me.
Adam
Here,
is.
just type it into the show notes.
I'll type it into the show notes. Oh my god.
I'm not there, guys. No.
There's some hand motioning going on. And
I
everything.
had to stand up and point. Okay. Anyways,
Gosh, you can't tell people that.
cleanest. Emphasis on cleanest and meanest. Okay. Anyways.
Oh, baby.
So yeah, we're gonna start calling.
Moving right along.
We're gonna start calling them the PPC. So, anyways,
And if ever we break out in song, now you know. Actually, after that, we probably will not.
anytime I say PPC, you guys say, "Yeah,
Yeah,
you know me." There you go. See,
Oh,
so
yeah, you know me.
I didn't say it yet, Adam. What are you doing?
No, I was just trying to the
you-
one you
oh,
said.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're making it
practice.
for-
Just go
Anyways,
1, 2, 3, go.
So then we
PPC.
That wasn't your line.
Oh,
Okay, let's try this again.
Okay.
So then we cut back into the conference room, and the PPC
Yeah, you know me.
Planning committee.
has set up the room in what can only be described as like the worst party you've ever seen.
Adam really tried.
And if this party couldn't get worse, they've hired Dwight to play.
Wait, who's planning the party again?
Oh, sorry. The party was decorated and put on by the PPC.
Yeah, you know me, Adam.
I didn't say it.
He literally sat there with a blank stare on his face. Okay, moving right along.
All right, we're gonna film this every day.
So they've also decided to hire Dwight to play the recorder, and he plays them green sleeves on his recorder. They are not impressed. Then he decides that he wants to read them a book from, and I quote, his grandmother.
Mata.
And the name of the book is Struwelpeter.
Stoolpeter.
Struwelpeter.
Struwelpeter.
Struwelpeter. Yeah, Struwelpeter.
Stoolpeter.
Very good.
Struwel reminds me of stool,
Stool.
like poop.
Like poop.
Mr. Poop.
Mr.
Oh,
Drawn
that's where it came
lines.
from.
Conspiracy. Anyways, he decides to share with them the story of Struwelpeter, who is a guy, a tailor, who visits children who suck their thumb to cut their thumbs off with his
gosh.
scissors.
And then that explains Dwight.
Indeed. And as he's describing, Struwelpeter will come to children who suck their thumb. I'm talking to you, Sasha, he says. Or you should pay attention, Sasha. Oh, gosh. Michael busts in and says, hey, we don't want to hear a weird story from your Nazi criminal grandmother. Oh, my gosh, Michael. To which Sasha replies, what's a Nazi?
Good question.
And I love that Dwight just sort of starts to go into historically explaining what a Nazi is. But Michael shuts him down very quick. Dwight is disappointed. I was going to show them how to make corn husk dolls as he points to the table. And eventually Michael kicks him out and then wants to know, hey, who likes Dane Cook? To which all of these kids raise their hand and are incredibly excited. Now, the oldest one is in middle school. Who likes Dane Cook? Oh, my God.
These
Weird.
parents.
Bad
They're the
parent.
future of America.
Did Sasha raise her hand?
I don't remember.
No.
Maybe she did it out of peer pressure.
Oh, my gosh. I hope not. Dang it, Tobes. I had you for Father of the Year. Maybe I have to take that back.
Yeah.
Dwight has been kicked out of the room. He's incredibly disappointed. Angela then kind of comes up next to him and basically talks about how she's hoping that her mate will be a very strict disciplinarian. And this gives a little hint to Dwight as to what his next move should be. So then Michael's giving a tour to the kids of sort of, I guess, the supply shelf.
What
Yeah.
in a paper company? What else do you tour?
I guess. He could take them down to the warehouse and show them all the cool stuff happening there.
I'm positive he's no longer allowed down there at this
Yeah, that's
point.
true. Yeah, that's very true. Touche. He's showing them all the supplies, and then he sort of starts to explain how how the paper company works.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kids just continue to sort of poke holes in their business model and end up describing Office Depot, which then Michael basically says, like, and they're kind of running us out of business.
Yes.
And then Dwight feels the need to yell from across the room, but we have better service than they do.
Yeah.
As if they need convincing. Anyways, so then Michael decides, you know what can save this moment? Let me take them over and talk to Creed.
Perfect.
So they take him over.
You know, Creed is always great entertainment.
Indeed.
So that is sound logic.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Creed.
For sure.
So they.
If ever I'm bored, I kind of wish there was a Creed in my life that I could just go and like chat with,
There you go.
sip a coffee.
He takes them over to Creed, and then he starts to introduce them and basically say, Creed is in charge of something. So Michael doesn't even really know. And Creed just nods and smiles. He's not going to say, yes, I'm in charge of that thing. He's
I'm
just
in
like,
charge
"Yes,"
of something.
of something. And then Creed basically says, hey, have you guys ever seen a foot with only 4 toes?
Yeah.
And puts his foot up on the thing and starts to take his shoe off.
Hey, that's pretty cool, though.
Party trick.
Creed is still in his right mind, right?
No.
No?
Well, this can't be the point where he turns.
Wait a minute. Are
Talking
you?
about
on
4
a
toes.
But hang on. Is this cool guy Creed who's like, I've got an audience, like I'm an old guy. I have like 4. Well, 2 questions. One, is he just trying to like interact with the kids and kind of gross them out and have fun? 2, is he bluffing? Do you think Creed is really missing a toe, or was it like a?
Get out of my space before I have to explain what I do here, and I don't even know.
Interesting.
That's yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
There you go. I guess we'll never know.
So in that case, yeah, he might be in his sound
It
mind.
it may have been the most
He may be
strategic
the
move of
soundest
anybody.
of all the minds.
Indeed, in the office.
OPP,
PPC.
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 You're supposed to say, yeah, you know me.
Dang it, Adam. He will never get this. So then we find out that. So then Michael is kind of talking with the kids, and we find out that he was the, in quotes, star of a show called Fundle Bundle.
Which is not a good name.
Yikes.
It's a little weird. And the kids are like, no way, that's crazy. And Michael's like, absolutely. And then he grabs Ryan and says, Ryan, I need you to go to Dixon City, go to my mom's house, get into her basement, basically go through the window, all this stuff. There's going to be a tape labeled Fundle Bundle. Get that tape and bring it back. Now, I want to make it clear, this is not the craziest errand that Michael has sent Ryan on.
Sure.
I did the mapping
Oh, you did.
I was just
about to
looking
look it
that
up.
via Google Maps. Dixon City from Scranton, PA, 13 minutes one way.
Oh, that's
okay,
yeah. I'm
that's
looking
not
at it
bad.
right now. It's literally in the
It's
same
it's around the corner.
vicinity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. It's not like when he sent him looking for the yams and he was like 30 minutes each way to go to that gas station. Anyways, so he sends Ryan to get the tape. So then Michael has ordered pizza for the whole office and for all the kids. Everything's going well. Michael's
Wait,
basically
hold on. There's a legit city called Chinchilla
in Pennsylvania.
in Pennsylvania.
Chinchilla,
near
Pennsylvania?
Scranton. Yeah.
Chinchilla.
I love
Chinchilla
it.
is an animal.
I love it.
Well, there's a story there. We'll have to tell you later.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So the pizza's arrived. Everything's going great. Michael is just like, I don't get it. Like, raising kids is easy.
Of course it is.
What's the big hubbub? You give them pizza, you give them candy, you let them live their lives.
They're basically
Treat 'em
they're
like an
basically
adult.
adults, is what he says.
Yeah, they're basically adults.
Oh my gosh. So then Ryan gets back with the tape. Michael's incredibly like stoked to show them this tape. So he's showing them the Fundle Bundle tape. And it's this like kids show from like the 80s, it looks like. There's this one kid who pops on who says his name is Chet, and everybody in the room is like, "Oh my gosh, that's Chet from Channel 4, the meteorologist." Oh. And it's like this cat, this like puppet of a cat that's saying, "Hey Chet, what do you want to do when you're grown up?" "I want to be on TV."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, he is on TV. Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
cute."
yeah.
So then they fast forward a little bit, and there's Michael, like slicked
Full-on
hair,
suit.
Oh yeah.
tiny suit.
Yeah.
He looks like a miniature version of Michael. But the cat asks him, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And he basically says, "I want to get married, and I want to have 100 kids so I can have 100 friends and no one can ever say no to being my friend.
It's creepy. That's
Wow.
like a serial killer.
And then the cat's eyes get wide, but he's a puppet. So how that happened, I don't know. But even the cat's a little freaked out by that.
Yeah.
But it is sad. I kind of wanted to give him a hug.
Yeah.
I'll be your friendish from afar. Like, I'll give you
Oh my
empathy in this moment.
So it's kind of this like somber moment in the room.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of quiet. And then the kids are the one who are picking up on it. Like, so did you ever get married? No. Did you have kids? No.
Did you
and
ever
then,
have a friend? No.
oh my gosh. And then it's Sasha who says, so you didn't get to be who you wanted to be.
Oh.
And Michael says, I guess not. And then he decides, I'm going to grab some pizza and then I got work to do. And he leaves the room and heads back to his office. And it's just this silence
Sure.
in the room. And this is like one of the first times I think that we like officially kind of feel sorry for Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. So Jim and Pam are outside of his office. They're worried about him. He's not coming out. And then we see behind Pam into the conference room, Roy is wrestling with Meredith's delinquent of a son and is like, I love this kid.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, the two people.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my
mhm, Yep. Exactly.
I hope Pam saw that as a glimpse into her future.
Oh, I
Like,
think
if
she did.
I have kids, especially sons with this man, that is my son.
Yeah.
That is what is going to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
It's the anti-Angela. She's going to have two unwell-behaved
Yeah.
boys.
Yes.
Sure.
Misbehaving boys. So then Pam tries to connect with Stanley's daughter, talking about her mother. She's like, that is not my mom. That is my stepmother. Strike two, Pam.
Yep.
And then Meredith's son, once again, is going to harass Dwight and tell him that he's ugly. Then Dwight insults him back, which causes him to sort of run away, calling for his mommy.
Yeah.
Angela loves this.
Oh, she likes it.
She is like,
Oh,
Dwight, you have never been hotter than when you insulted this child.
She's saying,
I know.
She's saying, "Oh, daddy."
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Lance, the disciplinarian I've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Michael is still in his office moping. Toby brings back just an armful of toys that Sasha had taken, and then also Michael's watch.
Somehow.
She doesn't need all
Who
these
is
toys.
this child? I love her.
Well, is that like Michael is at the point where he is like almost fallen in love with this kid so much that he's like, here, take my watch.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Is it the Seiko that he has the?
That's right.
I'd like to imagine
certificate
that
on the
she's
wall?
just a little klepto and she figured out how to do it. With
She
no
pickpocketed
attention.
him? Oh gosh.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Tobes, what are you doing? Toby does check on him and it's kind of like, hey man, are you okay? Michael's like, you have to ask me that because you're in HR. And Toby's kind of like, yeah, I do. But then they sit down and Michael and Toby have kind of this heart to heart.
Because maybe Toby's the only other person that understands.
Maybe.
It's like, I've been there.
There's
I've
just
been
this-
with no friends.
Side of Michael that is just opening up to Toby. He's asking, is it too late to have kids? They talk about foster care and all that. And then it ends with Michael asking, does Sasha have a godfather? Michael is asking if he can be the godfather of Toby's child.
Yeah, it's a weird
That is
full
when you
circle.
just say yes and you run away.
He is so desperate. Oh gosh, Michael. So then Meredith's son goes to Pam's desk. He's taking some candy from the little dish. Pam goes for strike three. I'm going to try to connect with this kid. Ask us if he wants to help with the shredder. He's all about it.
Yeah.
And finally, Pam has made a connection with the juvenile delinquent that Roy also made a connection with.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe
A
Pam
glimpse
just...
into their future.
Yeah. Maybe she just needs to settle in, and this is, what it's going to be like to be a parent for Pam and Roy.
Yeah.
It's good for you. So then we have a clip here. Michael, after his good talk with Toby, he decides, you know what? I had this dream as a child. I wanted to be married. I want to have 100 kids. He decides, there's a big decision I'm going to make for my future. I'm going to take that step today. Let's check out this clip.
Do this like every week. That's so awesome. I know.
Yes, it is true. I, Michael Scott, am signing up with an online dating service. Thousands of people have done it, and I am going to do it.
Yeah.
I need a username. And I have a great one.
Type it in, Michael. It's probably awesome.
With one finger.
Little Kid Lover. That way people will know exactly where my priorities are at.
He's had an epiphany. He knows what he wants.
He knows how he's gonna
Strategy.
Get the good ladies.
Oh my gosh.
Classic line.
Adam Jones, did you ever dabble in online dating?
Yeah, I did for a little bit.
Oh,
Way.
baby.
I never
Meet
went
anyone
anywhere
cool?
though. What?
Did you meet anyone cool?
No.
Blind dates?
Nope. Nothing.
Which one did you sign up for? Please tell me.
Oh, I
Christian
don't even
Mingle.
remember.
Please tell me Christian Mingle.
I probably was, but I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
I keep trying to convince Rob. I haven't in a long time, so
Listen,
maybe
listen
I'm over
to
it.
this, Adam Jones.
So
Listen to the story
I-
that Andy's about to tell
Yeah,
you.
tell me.
I keep trying to convince Rob that he and I should both sign up for online dating.
We've been
see
married
if we
for
find each other.
13 years. If you're listening to this on Monday release day, today is our anniversary, August 19th. It'll be 13 years. Continue your story.
to see if we're compatible. To see if we get
You gotta
matched
know.
together. I gotta know. There's an
Yeah.
algorithm that tells you how how compatible you are with other people, and if they pop up, I'm assuming in your inbox, and you're like, oh, we could work.
I don't
We
think
could
it
make a
works
life together.
that well.
But what if you never pop up?
We have
Divorced.
been married for 13 years. We have 2 children.
Too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We've lived in multiple states. We've owned 2 homes. We've seen life come and go.
Yeah.
We have held each other in the depths of the night when tears and sorrow.
He's making our love
We have
sound so
stood
beautiful. That's 'cause
together
it is,
on the
people.
mountaintop of success
Oh.
and glory.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I?
But she
Wants to know.
needs us to sign up for eHarmony to make sure
Yeah.
that we match.
I just got to know. Are we compatible? Are we going to make it?
Hey, the science.
What does the next 13 years of my life look like? Please tell me.
The science does not lie. So,
There you go.
Thank you, Adam.
There you
yeah.
go.
You and Mary Beth, would you do it?
No.
Good call. Good call. So then Kevin and Abby are getting ready to leave for the day, and Abby's being a little bit shy, but Kevin, gives her the push and says, "Go for it." So then Abby,
Go for it. Ask out Jim.
yeah, ask Jim out to dinner. Abby invites Jim to come over for dinner at Kevin's, and Jim says, "I'm sorry, I can't tonight. Maybe another time. I've got plans." And Kevin totally calls him out. "You don't ever have plans. What are you doing?" Jim says, "I have a date."
Do you think he does?
Yeah, he does.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Cool
he
guy,
would.
Jim.
I guess he wouldn't have a problem going to dinner with a friend.
Yeah.
If he did.
Yeah.
Well, do you think dinner at Kevin's is awkward?
Yes.
Probably.
I don't think it's unawkward. I don't think it's comfortable. Or
I'd say it's
safe.
probably awkward.
But cool guy Jim would go to awkward dinner at
He
Kevin's,
would.
right?
Yeah.
He would.
He would, yeah.
He probably legitimately has a date. So then everybody's getting ready to leave, but Michael stops and says, "Hey, before you go, there's one last thing that we must do." And then everybody's in the conference room with the girls, with all the daughters plus the crazy kid. And Dwight is playing a guitar. Michael is playing the tambourine, and they are singing a song. I do not know what song this is. It is bad.
Yeah. I don't know what it is either.
But in the midst of that, for some reason, Michael feels like he just needs to perform for these children. I guess he's turned the corner from dreading the day to wanting to give them something to remember him by. And in the midst of this, Jim and Pam are kind of connecting by the door. Pam makes the reference that or Jim says basically why does he have a guitar but he doesn't know how to play it? Pam says he thought his ukulele skills would transfer over. Does Dwight strike you as a ukulele player?
No. The flute makes sense, but
You say yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dwight,
He's a uke
I
man.
feel like he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Yeah.
There you go. But as they're kind of making jokes about it, Pam turns, and then as she turns back to sort of make another joke to Jim, he is gone. He's heading out the door to his date. He gives her a wave. She seems a little bit disappointed by that.
This girl's getting married to another man, so he has got to move on.
That's right. That's right. And then still in the midst of the song, we see a clip of Michael. I cannot emphasize this enough. Michael is walking Toby out to his vehicle, helping get Sasha in the car, strap her in, saying bye to Toby. We've never seen Michael be this nice to Toby.
oh yeah, no, it's all because of Sasha.
There's empathy there, maybe. I don't know. And then as the episode wraps up, we get a nice little interview with Dwight basically saying that the Schrutes, they have many kids because they need many laborers for their fields. And
Sorry, I was still laughing at the Mother Goose.
oh my gosh. And then he
Out
makes
of it again.
and then he makes a joke about cannibalism. Way to go, Dwight. So there you go. That is season 2, episode 18. Take your daughter to work day.
Oh
gosh.
boy.
I'm gonna be Mother Goose for Halloween.
Yes,
Oh baby,
please
can't
do.
wait. That'll be awesome. All right, so this is usually the part of the episode where we would take a look at a prank that Jim pulled. No prank this time, just cool guy Jim, hanging out, having a great time.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard anyway. So in first place, still hanging on, we've got in episode The Fight, Jim puts Dwight's desk in a bathroom.
Oh.
Sitting up pretty high at
Took a lot of work.
26 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Thanks.
see.
Thanks for doing that, Andy. That's good. Share the load. And then, so now we like to head over to that good Dunder Mifflin subreddit for some quality content from Mr. Adam Jones. And as always, you can find the link to what we're about to look at, what we're about to talk about in the show notes. You'll see a hyperlink that says Dundie Winner. Click on that.
Andi Winner.
And you will...
The
Thundies. Dundie Winner. You will be able to see what we're talking about right now. Adam Jones, hit me.
So the community at Dunder Mifflin, I gotta say it's been a little dry recently, but I found a good one.
Oh, step it
Ooh.
up, guys.
Yeah, step up the original content.
It's hard. Let's be honest. If you're in this subreddit and you're making content,
Yeah.
and then you see that guy put juggling balls to
You're
D'Angelo
done.
Vickers,
You quit.
you're like, what do I even do
Yeah,
now?
what do
Who
I
am
even
I?
do?
Like
yeah.
end thread, end subreddit.
Just
It's-
close it. Close it down.
I would still be crying in bed a little bit.
Yeah, and there hasn't
Who
been
is
as much
that?
like
Where am
meta
I
stuff
going?
out there recently. So.
Sure.
Anyways, this is from user DG. Okay, so
DG Pizza Melt.
yeah, sure, that's it.
There you
Yeah, this I just thought was funny as I was trying to find something. This is the front of a cereal box, which sounds kind of weird. And the cereal company is Schrute Farm Cereal.
Oh, that's so
You can see in the top left corner.
yeah.
The cereal itself is, very cartoonish. It looks almost like a Lucky Charms
We have
Now
a
this-
cartoon Dwight.
with cartoon Dwight, and there's a lot of pieces to pick up in here. First off, the name of the cereal is Assistant to the Regional Managos. Is that my right?
Managos.
Managos?
Managos.
Okay.
Assistant to
No.
the regional managos.
Managos.
No, Managos.
No. Why would you? It's not assistant to the
Oh, I
regional
get it, I get it.
manager.
I
Assistant to the regional
Okay.
manager.
I'm glad I was alone in that, Adam.
to the regional managos.
You need
Oh,
to
there you go.
you need to look at it. You need to go into the show
Sure.
notes
Oh
right
my
now on your
gosh.
phone and click into the show notes.
I love the
So,
little-
assistant to the regional managos cereal, and the marshmallow pieces in your cereal are Beets, Bears, and Battlestar Galactica. And then inside the cereal box, you get a free mallard inside, which is from a future episode, but probably lots of our listeners understand.
Free inside a wooden mallard.
Yes. and it says at the bottom right, made with real beets.
made with real beets.
Ugh.
And the
So-
cereal's purple.
So very gross cereal, but I think whoever made this, if this is truly is original content, this is brilliant and really, really smart. And so
They got an upvote and they're going to get that
they get
Dundee.
an upvote and a legitimate Dundie.
You're doing it right now.
Well, I wanted to just make sure they didn't add anything,
Oh, you're
but
getting ready.
I mean, we literally give out legitimate Dundies.
They don't have any awards right now.
They don't. We're going to be the first one to give them an award, and I hope when I send them the message that they come and give it a listen.
That's right. Come check it out.
Come give us a listen. So
That's
it.
good stuff.
Yeah.
The first comment, a free mallard inside, quite the deal.
Yes, absolutely. it
Here's
is.
the $1 million question, Adam Jones. Would you eat a bowl of assistant to the regional managers?
It's made with beets. No. Nope.
Andy, you're a beet
Yeah,
fan,
I
right?
would. Yeah, I like beets.
You'd
I'll
eat
take a
some-
bite.
You'd eat some regional managers?
I'm not a big cereal person, you know that.
Oh, I
but
love cereal.
I like it. I mean, I'll take a bite.
Cereal. All right.
Cereal.
There you go. So, good old user. Oh, was it DG Pizza?
Majega.
You need to come up with a better username. That's
Pizza
that's what I
Smeeza?
found out. But you get a Dundee.
There you go. You get a Dundee. Anyway, Awesome. All right. And that brings us to the end of the episode. As always, guys, thank you so much for listening and supporting the show. Make sure that wherever you get your podcast, you rate and subscribe. Leave us that 5-star on iTunes. We'll read it live on the air and give you a nice shout out. Make sure you tell a friend about the show and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/anofficepod. $3 a month gets you access to the after party at Poor Richard's. And as
5
always,
months gets you direct access to us.
that's right. $5.
right.
We're going to invite you to join our Marco Polo. We can face chat
Yeah.
all the time, anytime.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. And hey, your homework for next week, go watch Season 2, Episode 19, Michael's Birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to have cake next week?
Shelby.
till 5,000.
That depends on Shelby.
Are we going to hold off and not do cake for his birthday?
guess we could.
Hold it off to 5,000.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do something else. We'll figure out something to do for Michael's birthday. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. And hey, until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Andy.
And this was
Everybody in the
conference room.
Have a great night.